Assalamualaikum. I'm Sevrina. I would like to share my analysis of a poem by Rupi Kaur. Rupi Kaur is a Canadian poet of Indian ancestry. The Sun and the Flowers is the one of book which she poured her poetic efforts. And I analyzes one of a poem in this book that is on page 107. And there is the poem. The human heart and the courage and the optimism it inspires are portrayed in this poem. Almost of all Rupi Kaur poems have picture which makes them unique. In a similar vein, the visual in this poem serves as a symbol for a poem's content. I will break down one by one the intrinsic component in this poem. Verse denotation. In line 1, the word stronger. Stronger means greater strength. Human heart in line 2. The human heart has the meaning of a human body organ that functions to pump blood, which is called the heart. Shatters in line 3. Shatters means to break or destroy into small, fragmented pieces. Over and over in line 3. Over and over means repeatedly. Still lives in line 4. Still life means remaining alive, not dead. And the second is connotation. In line 1, the word stronger means mental and emotional strength, not a physical strength. Human heart in line 1. The human heart symbolizes human feelings, emotions, love, and soul, not just a body organ. Shatters in line 3. Shatters describing heartbreak, inner wounds, trauma, failure, or emotional suffering. Over and over in line 3. Over and over shows that pains come repeatedly in life, not just once. And still lives in line 4. Still life means to endure, rise up, and continue living despite being wounded. Third, tone. Based on the diction choices, the tone of this poem is hopeful. Because this poem depicts the strength of the human heart, which despite being hurt and disappointed countless times, continues to survive and rise because it holds and hope that happiness will come and healer for the ones it has endured. The next is imagery. There are 3 types of imagery. First, visual imagery. In line 2, the words of human heart evokes an image in the reader as a human organ, namely the heart. In line 3, shatters. Shatters makes the reader imagine something breaking or shattering into pieces. 2. Kinesthetic imagery. In line 3, over and over. Over and over gives the impression of recurring events like tearing something repeatedly, as if the heart continues to experience destructions over and over. And second is in line 4, still lives. Still lives describing the condition of surviving and continuing to move forward despite being injured. And the 3 is emotional imagery. The contrast between shatters and still lives evokes feeling of heartbreak, resilience, and hope. Readers can emotionally imagine heartbreak followed by the success of survival. Fifth, figurative language. There are 4 types of figurative language. 1. Metaphor. In line 2, human heart. Human heart meaning as a human feelings, emotions, and soul. In line 3, shatters. Shatters symbolize heartbreak, emotional wounds, or trauma not breaking physically. 2. Personification. In line 2 and 4, human heart and still loves. The heart is described as if as human like a resilience, even though it is actually an object. 4. Paradox. In line 3 and 4, which shatters over and over and still lives. This sentence contains a contradiction where something that has been torn many times and destroyed many times should have died or perished, but in this poem, it instead results in a state of survival and continued life. 6. Rhythm and meter. This poem has no rhythm and meter because there is no regular rhythmic pattern like in classical poetry and has no regular rhyme. Each line in this poem has a different number of syllables and endings. 7th. Musical devices. There are 3 types of musical devices in this poem. 1. Repetition. Over and over in line 3 is a repetition, emphasizes the recurring rhythm and conveys the impression of ongoing ones. Zone-wise, this creates a gentle yet driving rhythmic flow. 2. Alliteration. The repetition of the consonant sound L in the phrase still lives in line 4 creates an impression of calmness and endurance, which is consistent with the poem's meaning. 3. Assonance. The repetition of vowel sound in heart, shatters, still helps create a natural rhythm even without a rhyme. Analyze is a verse and stanza. This poem is reversed because it doesn't have a consistent rhyme-schemed rhythm or meter. The stanza type of this poem is quatrain, which means a stanza consisting of 4 lines. Okay, that's my analysis of a poem by Rupi Kaur. Thank you and bye-bye. Wassalamualaikum.